Hey guys, Emily Weber here. Thank you so much for joining me for this full length Pilates mat class. Today we're going to be working on each side separately for a lot of the exercises, and then we're going to be combining both sides for a lot of the exercises as well. What we're looking for as we work each side or the sides together are any inconsistencies from one side to the other. For example, a lot of times one side of our body will take over for the other side, especially when using the reformer. One side of your body can help the weaker side of the body do more work. So what we're looking for is any arching in our backs, any rounding in the shoulders, anywhere where we're lifting up or using other muscles to do the exercise, so we can really focus on doing the exercise properly on that side of the body to strengthen that side as well. If at any time you start to feel it in your traps or your neck or your shoulders start rounding in, please ditch the hand weights. I also have ankle weights on, so if you start to feel it in your hip flexors very strongly, uncontrollable, or in your quads, strong and uncontrollable, please ditch the ankle weights as well. Let's go ahead and take our hand weights with us. We're not going to use them at first. We're going to put our feet flat on the mat, tuck our tail, articulate down, walk your feet in just a little bit. We should be able to find a nice, calm, or a nice comfortable neutral spine. I have my weights on either side of my hip. Take another nice deep breath. Make sure all 12 reps are sinking into the mat. Shoulder blades are nice and wide. We're going to inhale. We're going to work the left leg first. Exhale, float that leg up to tabletop, to a march. And lower. For this exercise today, we're going to be working a lot in sets of 3 or sets of 5. Right now it's a set of 5. And exhale. On this next one, stay up at the top. Now, press that thigh away from you a couple inches. We're going to do toe dips now. So don't allow that back side of the body to shift off. Lower your foot as close as you can. Bring that toe as close as you can to the mat. And exhale to lift it back up. Now, inhale to lower, leaving that side of the body completely still. And exhale to lift. While we're doing this, we want to imagine that our leg starts under our ribs, not at our hip. A lot of times incorporating the abs into this movement can help to relieve some of the pressure on the hip flexor. From there, we'll go ahead and turn that top leg out. We can slightly rotate the bottom foot as well. The foot on the mat, we're going to flex that foot, draw it in as much as you can without tucking that tail. We're going to do single leg frogs. So inhale to extend and exhale to pull. You can go as low as you want, as long as you don't arch your back to do that, right? So keep going. Here's 3, and 4, and 5. Now draw the foot in and extend it to the ceiling, still turned out with a pointed foot. With a pointed foot, we're going to lower as far as we can without arching and float it back up, using our leg that goes all the way up under our ribs, right? Good. Don't swing it up. That causes tucking a lot, right? Here's 4. And here's 5. Now we're going to do single leg circles, just tinier circles, about the size of a medium exercise ball. Inhale around and exhale up. Inhale and exhale up. Inhale down slightly across the midline. Let's do 2 more in this direction and then reverse. Don't allow this leg to wobble that's on the mat. You're really going to be able to feel that. So only go as far as you can, swiveling the hip, right? That's all we're looking for here. It's a little solo. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Bring both feet back to parallel. Place that left foot back on the mat. Let's go ahead and inhale. Exhale, march the right leg to tabletop. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lower. With the ankle weights, I can really feel the squeeze in my glutes as well when I march. Now in this next one, we're going to stay up for the toe dips. Inhale. Press that leg away from you. Inhale to lower. Don't allow that right side to shift. And exhale to lift. Inhale and exhale. Good. We're going to do 2-legged in a minute. And when we do that, we will not be able to move our legs this far, most likely. Good, one more. Draw that leg in, turn both feet out, and flex your right foot and pull that foot tight into a frog. As tight as you can. Get just a nice little stretch to begin, right? Make sure you're not hiking your hip when you do it though. And inhale to press and exhale to pull. Again, you can go down as low as you can, but don't allow your back to arch off the mat. We have the support of the leg on that, so we can go way lower than we will be able to when we go ahead and lift both feet up. So my leg's in the air, my foot's pointed, my foot's turned out. I'm going to lower the leg and lift. Remember, my leg's starting under my ribs today while I do these exercises. Here's 3, and 4, and 5. Stay at the top, circle starting across the midline first. So inhale across and exhale to the outside. Again, guys, while we're doing this, make sure that your knee's not wobbling in and out to accommodate for the load of your leg and the weight on your legs too. So that's something else that we have to go ahead and account for, right? We added an additional 3 pounds on our leg if you're using the same weights. Now, inhale to the outside and exhale slightly across the midline. If you go too far across the midline, that right hip is going to hike, and we don't want that either. Here's 3. Here's 4. And here is 5. Now, bring both feet back to parallel onto the mat. We are going to lift both legs at the same time to tabletop. So we're going to inhale, exhale. Don't allow your back to arch and float them up. If you can only make your feet light without your back arching, that's fine. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, feet go flat. Exhale to lift, that's 3. We have 2 more. Inhale to lower, go as far as you can without your back arching. Exhale to lift. 1 more. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Stay up at the top. Extend your thighs away from you. We're not going to be able to lower our feet as far as we could before. Let's toe dip. Inhale to lower. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. It's so much heavier than the marching. Inhale to lower. Oh, there's only 2. Inhale to lower. Squeeze your legs together. It'll give you added support. We just have 2 more, and then we're going to do frogs, guys. It's going to be way better. Inhale to lower, and exhale to lift. Good. Pull those legs in tight without tucking your tail. Turn it out to a nice wide little frog. Flex your feet. Guys, aim higher for where the wall of the ceiling meet if you have ankle weights on, because the load of both your legs and the weights are going to pull your legs down and arch your back. So inhale to extend, and exhale to pull. What we're really focusing on here is the squeeze of the inner thighs as you extend your legs. So squeeze and pull, and keeping your back flat, right? Here's 4. 1 more, and then we're going to scissor. And then we're going to double leg lower lift. For fun, right? With weights on. So my legs are still turned out. I'm going to start with my right leg, and I'm going to switch. I'm switching in mid kick or reciprocal kicks. 3. I'm keeping my head, neck, and shoulders down. And here is 5. Keep it up at the top. My feet are still turned out in Pilates feet. I'm going to lower my legs, pause, exhale, and float them back up. Using my leg that extends all the way under my ribs. Right, guys? Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. That's 2. I can feel it in my hip flexors, so I'm going to give my legs a little shake. I can also go ahead and microbend my legs into a diamond. That'll help to relieve some of the load on my body, right? From there, I'm going to extend my legs. Tiny little double leg circles, no bigger than the size of a medium exercise ball. Think of them more as squares. I'm going to separate my feet, lower them down, squeeze them together, and lift them up. I'm going to separate them the width of the mat, lower, squeeze, and lift. Separate, lower, squeeze, and lift. Here's 4. Pull those abs down. Oh, my little pop. And now we're going to reverse. We're going to lower, separate, lift, and squeeze. Lower, separate, lift, and squeeze. Here's 3. And 4. One more. Lift and squeeze. Now give your legs a nice little hug. Go ahead and do a gentle rock from side to side. We're going to pick up our weights on the next exercise, but before we do that, let's talk. I'm calling this my big cinnamon roll by my thumb. That by my pinky, I have my little cinnamon roll, right? When we use our hand weights, for the most part, we're going to keep our little cinnamon weights down towards the ground because we don't want our shoulders to pop up and cause any neck pain. So I'm going to grab my hand weights. I'm going to place my little cinnamon weights down to the ground. I'm going to walk my heels in towards my glutes. My legs have a teeny tiny bit of separation, but not that much. We're going to be doing bridging. We're going to start with articulation bridging and then hinge bridging. So exhale, imprint your entire spine on the mat, and then peel your spine off, squeezing your glutes to lift your hips, drawing your belly back to your spine. Make sure you can shake your head from side to side. Now, as I lower, I'm going to lift my arms up over my sternum 12th rib as I articulate down vertebra by vertebra. I'm going to feel the weights pressing my shoulder blades nice and wide into the mat. I'm going to squeeze under my arms so that I don't feel it in my neck. Now I'm going to imprint, tuck my tail, and lift. And as I do that, I'm going to lower my hands but hover my arms off the mat. Really press those weights towards the end of the mat. I'm going to articulate down and lift my arms. As I lift my hips, I'm going to lower my arms to hover off the mat. And as I lower my hips, I'm going to lift my arms. Let's do two more. Lower arms, lift hips. Draw those ribs together. Lower hips, lift arms. One more. Lower arms, lift hips. Lower hips, lift arms. Leave your arms there. We're going to hinge bridge now. When you hinge bridge, make sure you don't pop in your back and flare your ribs. We're going to inhale, exhale, squeeze everything to lift it up, 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 up. Drive those knees over those toes by working those hamstrings. As I lower everything down, I'm going to keep my arms as wide as they are now. Bend at the elbows for 90-degree skull crusher, which isn't really a skull crusher because it's on either side of my head. And as I hinge bridge up, I'm going to lift my arms up, 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 up over my sternum 12th rib. And I'm going to lower and lower my arms. Lift hips, lift arms. Lower hips, lower arms. Lift hips, lift arms. Lower hips, lower arms, the skull crusher. One more. Now I'm going to lower my hips and lower my arms. I'm going to place my weights right next to my hips. Guys, we're going to do the hundreds, and then we're going to do the series of 5, just exercises 1 and 2 right now. And then we are going to go ahead and do corkscrew 1 and roll up. So let's walk one leg up to tabletop, other leg up to tabletop. And we're going to be doing hundreds in either the hook position, which is a parallel pressed out leg position away from our hips like we did the toe dips in, or the diamond position, which is actually where I brought my double leg lower lift to relieve some pressure on my hip flexors and my quads. I'm going to inhale, exhale, curl up, reaching long for the end of the mat. I'm going to turn my feet out to Pilates V, and I'm going to make a wide diamond with my legs. From there, I'm going to drop my belly to my spine, draw my ribs to my hips, and begin pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since I have diamond in my legs, my pumps are very vigorous. They're coming from the shoulder socket, so I should be shaking in my body a lot. I'm going to extend my legs just a little bit and try to keep my sacrum nice and flat. When I feel an arching in my back, I will draw my legs in more. But until then, I can keep my legs nice and wide. That's halfway. Go ahead and extend your legs if you'd like a challenge. But again, when you feel your back start to arch, go ahead and draw your legs back into a diamond or a frog. See how my legs are a little higher with the leg weights? That's to allow my body to be challenged, but not to, go ahead and cause undue pain in my body. 4. One more. Lower my hands, lift my legs up to the ceiling, lower my head, neck, and shoulders. Draw my legs into tabletop. From there, I am going to find my weights. I'm going to put my baby cinnamon roll side down towards the mat, Inhale, exhale to curl up, hover my arms off the mat. I'm going to extend my left leg and pull. Inhale to extend my right leg and exhale to pull. The magic number on a series of 5 today is 5. It's the best series of 5 ever. Here's 4. But we're going to stay up for the second series of 5 exercise. Good. Now reach your arms up at an angle towards your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms and your legs. And exhale to pull those arms straight back down as your legs come in. With the weights, circling the arms is too much in my opinion. I'm going to extend on the inhale and exhale to pull. Here's 3. If you feel your back start to arch, lift your legs up higher. Let's do one more. Now extend the legs up to the ceiling again. I keep doing that because I think that with the ankle weights, it feels really nice. So on corkscrew 1, we're now going to lift either hip off the mat as we circle the legs together as one unit. Even though our legs are circling as one unit, they will rub against each other because they're not going to lengthen to one side as they circle. Both hips are evenly grounded. So I'm going to inhale as my legs go to the left. Exhale them down. When they get down to the end of the mat, they're going to be even again. Inhale to the right side and exhale back up towards my nose. Now we're going to reverse. We're going to inhale to the right, exhale down, inhale to the left, and back up to my nose. My circles are very small, guys. They're about the size of a bender ball. Inhale to the left, exhale down to the end, and exhale back up from the right. I'm sorry. I'm going to inhale to the right, down to the end, and exhale back up. Woo, this weight feels exceptionally heavy. Inhale down. Please excuse me, I'm trying to get over being sick. This is our final one. Give your legs a nice hug. Place your feet on the mat. Extend your legs nice and long. Yeah, I'm trying to get over being sick right now. And my breathing got away from me. I'm going to reach my fingertips up long out of my sternum 12 rib again. My palms facing each other. Nice squeeze under the arms. We're going to do roll up and mermaid. I'm going to do inhale to begin to peel my head, neck, and shoulders off. When my sacrum starts to peel, I'm going to exhale. Imagine my arms are on a table. They're not going to go down, but they're going to reach straight forward as if they're sliding along a table. Hopefully my ears will find between my biceps. I'm going to inhale to pull back. Extend energy out of your toes. When my sacrum hits the mat, I'm going to go ahead and exhale. Down, 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 down. Inhale to begin to lift. Exhale over my legs. Again, guys, here, I'm really feeling the number 5 for this many exercises today. We've gone ahead and slowed it down, and we're going to really work this for 5. Here's 3. Oh, stay rounded as if you're rounding over a barrel here, guys. You're really reaching for something. I'm reaching for chocolate cake. Figure out what you're reaching for. Inhale to pull back. Exhale to pull down. We have 2 more. Inhale to pull back. Exhale to pull down. Final one. Now guys, we're going to roll up one more time to get in position for mermaid. And then sit up tall. So I'm going to do my legs to the left first. So that means I'm going to start my mermaid on the right. I'm going to move my hand weights. Guys, if classical mermaid is not accessible to you, there are some options. You could find a Z-sit where your bottom leg is parallel to the mat in front of you. You could find a crisscross applesauce, or one of my personal favorites is, again, a diamond seated shape for this exercise. So my arms are in a lovely hug a tree position. My legs are as stacked as they can possibly be. I'm going to place my hand closer to my knee. My right hand's going to go closer to my knee. I'm going to bend my elbow down so it's going towards my hip. Sliding my shoulder blade down my back, squeezing under my arm. I can look up under my left arm towards the ceiling as I reach for shoulder blade down your back as you straighten that arm. Then use the left side obliques to sit up tall. Place that left hand across your right knee, palm up, and press it down, squeezing under the arm as you reach with the right hand for where the wall and the ceiling meet. Back to a T, right hand down. Find whatever breath pattern works for you, but make sure you're sliding your arms, your shoulder blades down your back. Now we're going to go to the other side. It's awkward with ankle weights, so just carefully walk your feet over in whatever way is comfortable for your body with all the extra weight on your ankles, right? Bring the arms to the nice hug a tree position. Classical mermaid, Z-sit, crisscross applesauce. If you're in crisscross applesauce, please put the other leg in front or a diamond position and you don't have to move anything. Place that left hand down closer to the knee. Bring the elbow towards the hip. Slide that shoulder blade down the back. Bring that right arm across to where the wall is the ceiling. You can look up at the ceiling under that right arm. Straighten that left arm. Use the right obliques to sit up tall. Bring the right hand across the left knee, palm up. Press down, drive that shoulder blade down. Side bend to where the wall and the ceiling meet on the other side. Back to T arms. And side bend to the left. And lift it up. And side bend to the right. And come back up for one more. And lower it. Reach, 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 reach. And lift. Okay guys, let's go ahead and do some arm weights. So I'm gonna go ahead and find my weights again. We're going to come down onto our back. So articulate down, 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 down. Feel free to keep your feet flat on the mat. My baby cinnamon roll, or my pinky say cinnamon roll, is facing down. I'm going to inhale, exhale, hover both arms up and hold them there. Squeezing under the arms, reaching long for the end of the mat. Left arm only will inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Left arm inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Our number is 5. Here's 4. Keep the shoulder blades nice and flat. And lower. Hover that left arm, only the right arm lifts. And exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Here's 3. I like to start from here for this exercise. I know a lot of people like to start from the top, but I'm going to lift both arms to my sternum 12th rib and exhale to lower. Guys, when you're doing this, make sure you're not hanging on to your weights for dear life. Really squeezing them and getting into your forearm. You want to make sure you have a nice loose grip. Here's 4. I'm squeezing underneath my arms so tightly, it is a little uncomfortable. And now lift your arms up. All right, separate your arms the width of the mat. We're working a lot with the width of the mat today, so it's just the width of the mat. Now angle the bottom of your weight towards your knees. So it looks like a half of a V. Like if you were bringing it together, it would be a V. But it's not together, it's the width of the mat, right? As we lower our arms down, sliding our shoulder blades down our back, we're going to tap that end of the weight to our hip, hovering it off the mat, and float it back up to the width of the mat. Now narrow it to our hips, and float it back up. Here's 3. Oh, I did you single arm. So we're going to do that after this last one, right? Whoopsies. This one's a lot nicer because your arm's going to stay up at the top. So just the left arm will lower and lift. Here's 3. And now you can really find where the inconsistencies in the body are. Here's 3. 4. Slide the shoulder blade down as you lift as well. 1 more. I felt my shoulder do something funny there for a second. Now the right side will just lower and lift. So you want to slide the shoulder blade down as you lower, but don't forget to slide the shoulder blade down as you lift. So it's really about maintaining a squeeze there. Here's 4. Another unpleasant hover one. We're going to bring the arms out to a T, lower it slightly. So you don't want them up here, you want them lowered slightly. Hovering the bicep off the mat. Now just the left arm will squeeze in, bringing that baby cinnamon roll towards the hip and open to the T. And squeeze and open. Lots of nice wide open shoulder blade. Your weight might not touch your hip to keep that shoulder blade open. 1 more. Now the right side will squeeze in. And that's fine, guys. We really want to make sure that our focus here is really squeeze it in and open, is really keeping that shoulder blade down. One more. And now both arms will squeeze and open, and squeeze and open. Here's 3. And here's 4. Woo! And here is 5. Now, go ahead and place the weights down on the mat real fast. Give your shoulders a shake. Arms up over the sternum 12 root. Inhale, exhale, articulate up. Extend your legs long. We are going to be doing arm work from a C-shaped curve. After that, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the weights, because we're going to be doing sideline legs, which is also maybe not the most enjoyable, but you know, better than arm weights for a minute, right? All right, so we're going to reach our fingertips up to our sternum 12 root, extend our arms away from us, baby cinnamon roll down, tuck the tail, articulate back to a C-shaped curve, and exhale to sit up tall. And inhale back. And exhale to lift. On the third one, we're going to stay back, but then after that, our magic number's 5. Flip your palms up. Just the left arm will bicep curl. Leave your bicep where it is. Just move the forearm. Here's 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. Now the right arm. Inhale and exhale. Don't move that left arm. Don't lower it. Nice wide flat shoulder blades. Nice open collarbones. And here's 5. Now both arms for 5. 4. 3. Keep those feet heavy. Mind that light on the first one. 5. Now flip those cinnamon rolls down and articulate up. Do not drop your arms. Inhale, exhale, articulate back to a C-shaped curve. Just the left arm will pull back to a row. Elbow back and forward. Pull back. Don't allow your shoulders to twist. We're going to move our shoulders on the next exercise. Now just the right will inhale and exhale to pull. Press. Inhale to pull, exhale to press. 3, 4, 5. Now both. Tweeze the bottom tips of the shoulder blades like you're trying to crack a walnut and extend. Don't squeeze your shoulders together, squeezing your collarbones when you extend your arms. 4, don't lower your arms. 5, leave them there, articulate up tall. Leave them there, leave them there, leave them there. Tuck the tail, articulate back. Now, row the left arm, rotate to the left and forward. Row the right arm, rotate to the right. Don't allow that back hip to shift. 3. Woo! Don't extend your arm all the way. Leave a tiny little micro bend. 1 more. Articulate up to sitting up tall. Lower your weights. Fold over your legs. Take a couple nice deep breaths here. Articulate up to sitting up tall. I'm going to take my weights and put them down to the side so that they're not in my way when I'm doing some leg work. Woo, stay there, right? I'm going to come down onto my left side first. We've done a lot of arm work, so if being up on your forearm is too much for you, please feel free to lay down on your side and make your arm into a pillow. I'm going to sit up on my forearm, squeezing under my arm, so functionally, it's nice if we can put our legs straight under our body because we don't walk around hunched over the hip, right? So as much as you can, try to straighten your legs under you. Inhale, exhale, float that top leg up to hip height. This is not hip height, guys. This is hip height. Point the foot forward and flex to pull it back so your legs are stacked. With the extra weight, we're not going to pull our leg behind us. Inhale forward and flex to pull back. Inhale. Belly button up and in, lifting up out of our side closest to the mat, squeezing under our arm. This is in preparation for the side planks that we will do later. Here's 6. Place your hand on your hip if you would like an added challenge. Here's 9. And here is 10. Keep it up at hip height. Now squeeze that top leg down to the bottom leg and separate it to hip height. Imagine that you're moving through mud right now. Nice long neck. Don't allow yourself to sink. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stack your legs, turn it out to Pilates V. Now lift the leg and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7. If it starts to get too much, 6. Bend that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more for 1. And now turn it out. Bend that knee and pull that leg in so that your toes are underneath and extend and lower. So we're going into a ballet developpe. Pull that toe in, knee up to the ceiling, so your toe and your knee are touching, extend and lower, and here's 3. With the leg weight, I think that it's too hard to reverse this. 5, so I will not. But if you've taken classes from me before and done this exercise, we reverse it. Here's 2. 1 more. 1, stop the leg at hip height. Turned out, we're gonna do 10 small circles in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to make the exercise come from where the glute and the thigh meet. And reverse. 2, 3, 4. Lift up out of your side, close to the mat. Lower the legs. Press yourself up to sitting, draw your knees in, and just like the mermaid, just find the way to the other side. I know this leg already hurts. Woo! Let's go ahead. Whatever way you sat on the other side should be the way that you position your body on this side. So if you're laying down all the way, you should lay down all the way on this side. If you're on your forearm, you should be on your forearm on this side, lifting up out of the mat, squeezing under the arms. Nice long neck. Flex your feet, float that foot up to hip height. Point it forward and flex to hold back, stack the legs. And point it forward and flex. Belly button to spine. Drawing the ribs together. Nice long neck. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, and here is 10. And now staying there, we're going to squeeze that top leg to the bottom leg and separate to hip height. Imagine again that you're moving through mud or jello or pudding. Squeeze inner thigh and separate that outer glute. If you go too high or too far up, you're going to lose the muscle that we're focusing on the outside of the hip. It's going to be a different muscle you're working. Here's 9, and here's 10. Now, turn both legs out to Pilates V. Squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward. Don't allow yourself to twist. And lift and lower for 1, 2. Good, 3. Don't sink in that shoulder. 7, 8, 9. Ooh, my quad. 10. All right, leaving the leg turned out, knee up to the ceiling. Pull that toe along the calf until it meets the knee. Extend it to the ceiling and lower and drag that toe along the calf and extend and lower. And here's 3. Almost there, guys. And 4. After this, we're going to do some double leg work. And then we're going to do some other fun stuff. Here's 8. Here's 9. 1 more. Now, lower the leg so it stops at hip height. And 10 small circles in each direction of the size of a baseball. That's 10 for me. I'm going to squeeze and lift and reverse. I'm going to lower both legs. Turn around to face my feet. Tuck my tail. Articulate down to the mat. Separate my feet the distance of the mat. I'm going to go ahead and windshield wiper my legs real fast. When I do that, I'm not floating my hip out and collapsing right like this. That's not what we're doing. We're just giving a slight little rotation. We're really focusing on the stretch along the outer hip sort of area, outer thigh area. Let's do 2 more in each direction, just because it feels nice. Good. Now, I'm going to find a nice neutral spine. Draw my feet up to tabletop. turn it out to a frog. I'm gonna do a double leg frog again. Guys, the magic number here again is just 5. We're gonna be doing 5, I have 3 exercises. So the first one we're doing is frog. Again, guys, make sure that your back doesn't arch when you do this. You can pull it in as far as you can without tucking your tail. So the trick here is a nice neutral spine. We want to maintain a neutral spine the whole time. Now this next one, we're going to pull it back in just to a diamond shape, right? So I'm pretty loose. I'm going to close everything together to a parallel or a hook position and rotate my femur and my hip socket, or my thigh and my hip socket, to open it to a diamond and close. It's really hard to maintain this position. Now close and open. This is our final one. Now float the legs up to the ceiling, keeping a neutral spine, and lower and lift. This is 1. The first was just getting into position, and here's 2. And lower and lift for 3. And lower and lift for 4. And lower and lift for 5. Hug your knees in your chest. Hold on gently behind your knees with just 2 fingers. Inhale, exhale, peel your spine up, and let the weights in your ankles pull you up. We're gonna do 10 rolling like balls. It's a multiple of 5. It's not a 3 or 5, but it'll do, right? We're going to do 10 rolling like balls, and then we're going to do spine stretch and saw. Our magic number on spine stretch and saw is 3. So I'm going to go ahead and scooch my sits bones in towards my heels, pull my legs in tight, hold on to the fronts of my shins. I like to hold on to my ankles. I don't like the way that feels with my ankle weight, so I will not be doing that. I'll be holding on mid shin. I'll be tucking my tail, looking down between my heels and my sits bones. If I have osteoporosis, osteopenia, back problems, or neck problems, I will hold this position in contraction for the entire time we do the exercise in a series of 10. Otherwise, I'm going to inhale back, tips of my shoulder blades, and exhale up. Don't allow your back to flat tire. If you feel a slap of your low back, really tuck, 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 tuck. Ooh, drop the shoulder blades. Don't allow them to pop out. Here's 4. Here's 5. Here's 6. Here's 7. 8. Here's 9. Guys, and here's 1 more for 10. Now, hold on to the backs of your knees, tuck your tail, roll back, leave your legs in tabletop. Rest your head, but interlace your fingers behind the base of your skull and have your thumbs long down your neck. Inhale, exhale to curl up. We're going to be doing the 5th exercise of this series of 5, but with toe dips instead of an extended leg. So I'm going to rotate towards my right knee, and I'm going to lower my left leg to a toe dip and not touch the mat. And then I'm going to bring my leg up and come back through center. Rotate to the left and lower my right foot. Don't touch it. We don't want to lose the squeeze and lift. Now to the right. Don't allow either side on the hip to shift. The reason we're not lowering our foot is because when we touch a lot of times in exercises like this, we can go all wonky with our body and release so much that it's hard to continue to do the exercise. One more. Now come back through center, stay in the curl, place 2 fingers behind your knee, articulate up, let the load of your legs lift you up, and press yourself back. Separate your feet a little bit wider than hips distance. We are going to be doing a very controlled spine stretch and saw today. We are going to have our head in our hands, our fingers interlaced behind our base of our skull, and our thumbs down our neck long again. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. I want to bring my body forward just a little bit at a hinge, and my toes and my feet are flexed strongly. From there, we're going to inhale, look down at the space between my thighs, and exhale to round over the barrel just like I did and roll up. I'm going to inhale to pull back, look between my thighs, and exhale to sit up tall. Inhale down, look between my thighs. Inhale, pull back. Exhale to sit up tall. One more. From there, I'm going to inhale to rotate to look just over my baby toe or towards the right foot. And then from there, I'm going to articulate, diving over a barrel, bringing my left elbow between my thighs. I'm going to articulate back up to sitting up tall in the rotation. Come through center, rotate towards the left. Dive over the barrel, bring my right elbow down in between my thighs. Articulate up to sitting up tall, and come through center, going to the right side. And up, and come through center, and to the left. And up, and come through center. One more time, I believe. Otherwise, I just think it feels nice. And that's, I guess, what we're all doing. And up, and through center, the opposite direction, and dive down. And up, and through center. Give your legs a shake. Go ahead and shake them together. From there, we are going to come up, facing the side of our mat in center. Our legs are going to be separated slightly. We're going to make sure that we have lots of weight on our shins. We're going to be doing kneeling side kicks. So we really want to squeeze our glutes to open up the front of the hip flexors. And if we have a mirror nearby, go ahead and take a look. So we want to stack our shoulders over our hips and our hips over our knees. It should be challenging for our hamstrings. From there, I'm going to bring my arms to a T, slightly in my periphery, and I'm going to begin to side bend towards the right. I want my left leg to be light. Now with control, I want to whoop, come down and find the mat. The inner aspect of my elbow is facing the end of the mat. I'm going to place my hand on my hip and extend my leg long. I want to keep my leg here as I pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Draw your ribs together. Now, bring it forward and back to the original position. Forward 2 inches and pull it back. Here's 3. Keep a grip on that glute. 5, 6. I'm in parallel the whole time. Squeeze that standing glute. And now 10 small circles in each direction. Count it at your own speed. And reverse. On the other leg, by this time, my circles look more like slashes. 8, 9, 10. Now start to begin to bend that top leg, extend the top arm, and begin to float yourself up. Trying to use your left leg as a counterbalance to challenge your body in the balanced position to come back down. That was not very graceful on my part. I hope that you did better. Now, from there, I'm going to begin to side bend to the left side. Same thing. Make your right leg light. So much easier to go down than to come up. Take that inner aspect of your left elbow, face it towards the end, put a lot of weight in that left shin, and extend that right leg long. Put the hand on the hip and pulse up. 2, 3. Abs up and in. Wrap the wrist. Now, forward 2 inches and pull it back. Here's 2, 3. Squeeze under the arm. 6. Still working in parallel. Squeeze those glutes in that left leg. Now 10 small circles in each direction. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reverse. The work should come from where the glute and the thigh meet. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now bend that right leg. Extend that right arm. Start to come up slowly with control. As slow as you possibly can. Whoop. Okay, that was much better. Let's go ahead and face the end of our mat. We're going to come to a quadruped position. And we're just going to do a couple cat-cows to really pull the mat apart with our arms. Tuck the tail lift. Go ahead and look in between the thighs. And now press it up. Extending your necklace area for the end of your mat. And tuck and lift. hips to shift behind you or pull forward. Try to keep them directly over your knees and try to keep your shoulders over your wrists. One more. Okay guys, press back to a child's pose. This is the part of the exercise where we're going to start planks. If you don't have any shoulder issues, please feel free to drop down to your forearms at any time. But please remember that being on your forearms can be very hard on your shoulders in the planks. So instead, try to think of putting a lot of weight in the pads of your fingers rather than the meaty part of your palm. So think of tensioning your fingers and making them like spider legs. Reach long, long, long in your child's pose. Tuck your toes. We're going to be doing child's pose in Pilates V position. Inhale, exhale, press up to plank. From there, I'm going to, with bent knees, I'm going to come back. Hover your knees, try to bring your biceps between your ears, and press it forward into a plank. Here's 5. This should feel similar-ish to the knee stretches on the reformer. Here's 4. And here's 5. Let's side plank. I'm going to bring my right hand to the center. I'm going to rotate to the left side. So my right side of my body is closer to the mat. If I can, I'm going to stack my left leg on top of my right leg. From there, I'm going to take my left arm and lift and lower for 3 and 2. Squeeze underneath the arm on the right side. Bring that hand to the hip. Now lift the left leg for 3, 2, 1. Extend that left arm, and now leg and arm lift for 3, 2, and 1. Bring the top leg in front of the bottom leg. Bring the left hand down. Come back to the plank position of Pilates V. Now pike the hips up for 5. And press it forward. I'm not lowering my heels here. I'm keeping my heels lifted. If you want to lower them, feel free. Squeeze under the arms. Again, as you press back into the pike, try to bring the biceps by the ears. Here's 4. And 1 more. Now, bring the left hand to the center, rotate to the right side. Squeeze under that arm, bring the shoulder over the left shoulder to the left wrist. Stack the right leg on top of the left, and lift and lower the right arm for 3, 2, 1. Bring that right hand to the hip, and lift that right leg for 3, 2. Don't forget you have the weight on your ankle, so it's going to be harder to lift the leg. Extend that arm, now lift both arm and leg, 3, 2, 1. Bring the top foot in front, bring the right hand down, bring the left hand out, press back to your knees, and press back to a child's pose. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here, really stretching out under the arms. Now take the hands and walk them to the left side of the mat. Finding a nice side bend here. Try to press that right hip down, down, down. Come to the center. Walk to the right side. Try to press the left hip down. Guys, we just have 2 more exercises to do. So come back through center. We're going to press forward again, but just straight onto our stomachs. We're going to squeeze our biceps into our ribs and place our hands under our shoulders. We're going to do swan here. If you've had enough wrist work and you can't possibly do any more, please go ahead and make your hands into a pillow and rest them on your forehead for more of a back extension work. So back strengthening. Draw the belly button to the spine. Wrap the ribs together. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale. Begin to extend the top of your head and press up into a swan. Don't allow your shoulders to come up to your ears. And exhale, lower, coming down. Inhale. Squeeze under the arms. Draw the shoulders down the back. And reach up, 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 up. And exhale to lower. If you feel this in your low back, draw the belly button to the spine even further. If that does not work, squeeze your legs together all the way. it will significantly decrease your range of motion. But if neither of these fixes work, this is our final one after this, guys, go ahead and find the child's pose again. And press it up into a swan. Don't crunch the back of your head to your back. You want to keep a nice, continuous line, the tip top of your head out through your tail. From there, we're going to press back to sitting. We're going to take our hands, sit however you would like for the end stretches. I'm going to take my right hand first. I'm going to extend it in front of me, palm down. I'm going to flip my fingers up like stop. I'm going to use my left hand to pull my fingers back to my shoulder. From there, I'm going to flip my palm up like I'm going to accept a cookie or a piece of chocolate cake and pull my fingers back towards my ribs. Flip the palm down, flip the hand down. You're going to accept a kiss on the top of the hand and pull those fingers back. Other hand, say stop with your left hand. Use your right hand to pull those fingers back. Accept your cookie or chocolate cake and pull those fingers down to your ribs. Don't go up too high like I just did so your shoulder doesn't go up. Now flip your hand down like you're going to accept a kiss on the top of your hand and pull those fingertips back. Now take both hands and rotate the wrist 3 times in one direction. And let's go 3 times in the other direction. Take a nice inhale as we lift our arms up. And a nice exhale as we lower our arms. Guys, thank you so much for bearing with me in this class. I know it was a little confusing at that one point because I gave the funky cue, but I really appreciate it. If you need any modifications or have any questions, please feel free to reach out, but I hope that you have a great day. Thank you.